You all know how much I love a good travel hack, and I love saving space, and I love saving money on those crazy baggage fees. And you all know that I love a clever way of packing out a bag. But when I scroll through YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, I keep seeing the 3x3 method of packing. And I'm thinking to myself, how realistic is that for real people to travel and be comfortable? The 3x3 method is not realistic. Hypothetically, the 3x3 method makes 21 plus outfits, but in reality, it doesn't. I mean, would I take 3 tops for a 10-day trip to Italy in the summer? You better believe I'm not going to be doing that because I'll be doing a ton of sink laundry every single night. So today I'm going to be debunking the viral 333 method, and I'm going to be showing you the more realistic formulas I actually used based on the seasons. Is this going to revolutionize the way that you pack? You better believe it. And if you're interested, stay tuned. Now that being said, I understand why the 333 method is so popular. It's catchy. It sounds so simple. Grab 3 of these, 3 of these, and 3 of these, and you're good to go. But here's the problem. Traveling isn't a one-size-fits-all. The way you pack for a crisp autumn day in London, where it might be raining one minute and sunny the next, is completely different from a humid beach vacation in Mexico. And these 3 tops, if you spill coffee on one and sweat through the other, you're down to 1 shirt. Now, I don't know about you, but I like a little security in my wardrobe. So we're tossing the 333 method out the window. Instead, we need flexibility based on the weather. So I know you're all thinking, Perry, I need a packing method so I don't overpack and I don't underpack. This is where my formulas come in. I've broken this down into 3 categories. That's because the fabrics we wear in different seasons change totally depending on that season. So we have the 4-for-2 winter protocol, which is about layering. We have the 5-3-2 transitional formula for spring and fall when the weather can't make up its mind. And finally, we have the 6-3-1 summer setup where we maximize hygiene and minimize sweat. So let me show you what you're going to be taking to make sure that you are comfortable and that you are sporting your own style and that you're coming in under the weight limit if you have to. But before I go any further, when I'm packing for a trip, I'm always thinking about what I need to stay comfortable, organized, and safe. And honestly, online security matters just as much as packing the right bag. One thing I never leave home without is NordVPN. Anytime I connect to a hotel Wi-Fi or an airport Wi-Fi, NordVPN encrypts my connection so my personal data stays personal and protected. And it's not just for travel. It protects you at home too. It takes less than a minute to install. You just download it, log in, tap one button, and it works. And it works across all your devices. When I'm traveling internationally, I can still use my streaming services so I can still watch Netflix as I do from home. And I can even change my country's IP address to compare air flight prices for different regions, which is such a useful tool when planning trips. NordVPN is trusted by millions of people worldwide and is ranked the #1 overall VPN by security.org, PC Magazine, and PC World, consistently outperforming competitors like ExpressVPN and Surfshark. And it's hard for me to say that. And if you use my link and code, you'll get 4 months free. You can find my link for the discount code in the first pinned comment and in the description area down below. So just like choosing the right bag, this is one of those travel essentials you don't want to go without. Now, let's get back to those packing methods. The name of the game is trying to keep the volume of your clothing down to around 10 pieces while being mindful and practical and intentional. Now, if you are doing a 1-bag travel only, these will be your only 10 pieces. But if you're traveling with a carry-on and a personal item, these 10 pieces can be your core pieces. Now, why do I say being mindful, practical, and intentional? Mindful means you're looking at the season you're traveling in and, of course, checking the temperature. Because you're trying to decide which one of these methods will work for you, you have to make sure that your clothing matches the actual temperature, and not just because you're traveling in a certain season. These days, our seasons are such a mixed bag, so you have to be careful to pick the right method. Also, you're going to check what your weight limit is for your specific airline. Now, I want to remind you about multi-leg trips. You have to pick the luggage and the pack out that meets the most restrictive of your airlines you'll be using. You don't want to arrive at the second leg of your trip only to find out that you have to check your entire carry-on, or worse, you have to pay overweight fees for your bag. That's a total bummer. Next, we have to be practical. We need to think about the items that we're taking with us and ask ourselves, is this the way I actually dress every day? Many wardrobe professionals say that we actually wear about 20% of the clothing in our closets 80% of the time. And I bet if you were honest with yourselves, you do it too, because I know I do. Don't take clothing that you really wouldn't wear in your daily life. And for those of you who missed my video on intentional packing, you can see it over here. But just bring up the tab. Don't leave this video. You have to be thinking about the activities you'll be doing on your trip, and is there something special? And you have to make sure to pull out those items first and start to build your wardrobe around them while trying to incorporate them into the entire wardrobe. If these items I'm getting only one wear, then ditch them and pick something else. For instance, if I have a big dinner out, I'm going to forego the fancy dress and pick a nice top and a nice pair of slacks, and I can wear those again. Shoes don't count for my methods. That being said, if you're traveling with one bag only, you're going to have to ditch the idea of 3 pairs of shoes. Obviously, there's no space. Take only 1 pair. And if you're traveling with a carry-on, you can take 2 pairs, but best to take shoes that are tried and true. And by that, I mean that you've worn them before and that you're comfortable and that they're light and most of all, they're packable. So even though I say they don't count for these methods, you should not bring more than 1 pair of shoes if you're traveling with a personal item and no more than 2 pairs of shoes if you're traveling with a carry-on. Now let's talk winter, or any time or any place you're going where you need a hat and gloves. For instance, I use the 4-4-2 method, which is really the 4-3-2-1 method I often use for my smaller packouts that you see me do. But I'm spelling out what I do with the 1. And generally, I use the 1 for another layering piece, unless I really need a dress, and then I forfeit that piece. So you can see there is flexibility built in. Now the first 4 pieces are these layering pieces here. These are the items that are directly against your skin. These are the thermals that you bring along, your long sleeve tees, and you see this gray one here? This one is bamboo. And because they are the barrier between you and your sweaters, you need them to be antimicrobial so you don't have to wash them all the time. And you get multiple wears out of them. So wearing performance base layers is a very important strategy to do. The second 4 are your layering pieces. Now these are the sweaters and cardigans and button downs, like these. Now I have to tell you that the material matters here. We want lightweight sweaters because layering is how you stay warm. You pack 4 of these, and because you have 4 base layers and 4 sweaters, you can mix and match these. Now the mathematicians can check my work, but so far you have 16 different combinations here. Now the last 2 are the pants you're going to be taking. Now why only 2 pairs of pants? Well, your legs aren't sweating, are they, like they do in the summer? So you can rewear all these items multiple times. By the way, this makes 32 possible outfits. And don't forget that your airport outfit counts as part of your wardrobe, so make sure that it can mix and match with the rest of this. So here I have a really nice, comfortable fleecy wrap, a light cotton sweater, and blue pants. And I can wear this with any of the other clothing that I picked. So even without this, that other clothing makes 32 outfits. But with this, it's even more. Let me show you how many combinations of outfits I can make with this clothing. In transitional weather, you might get warm enough to take your jacket off. So unlike your winter pack out, your base layers need to look good on their own and should be able to mix and match with everything else. And you might want to take some prints with you because they have to look good on their own. So these are the 5 shirts that I chose. I chose 1 short sleeve shirt, 1 long sleeve shirt, 2 shirts that are 3/4 sleeve, and 1 long sleeve shirt. Now, let's talk about our layering pieces. These are your 3 layering pieces. This is the magic number for spring. In this case, I am taking 2 sweaters and a cardigan. Now I could change this out for a denim jacket or something like that. You could also take along a blazer. These give you warmth, but be mindful, if you choose a heavy option, you're going to have to wear them on the plane. The two are the bottoms. We're sticking still with the number 2 because here again, you're probably not sweating, so you'll be able to use these multiple times. And here are some of the outfits I can make using the 442 method. Now, let's pivot to the summer, and the strategy totally changes because we're dealing with heat and sweat. For summer, we use the 631 method. And pay attention because the order changes here. We're bumping up the number of shirts to 6. Why 6? Because July in Rome or August in Florida, you might go through 2 pairs of shirts in a single day. The upside is that these tops are usually thin, and they're usually made out of linen and cotton blends and rayon and bamboo, so they're easy to wash in the sink. And they pack up easily into a compression cube, so I don't have to take up a lot of room in my bag. The middle number in the formula for summer is 3. The 3 are your bottoms, like this. I have a pair of leggings, a pair of flowy pants, and a pair of capris. And because we sweat, we might need 1 extra pair of bottoms, and they need to be lightweight and comfortable. And these items take up less room than jeans. This gives you variety and can cover you for almost any circumstances. So if the skirt is bothering you, you can change them out for a pair of capris. If it's a night full of mosquitoes, you might want to take a pair of long pants. So in this way, you're fully covered. Finally, in the summer, the 1 is your layering piece. You only need 1. It can be a crisp white button-down shirt, or it can be a very light cardigan like this one. These layering pieces are also good for when you need to cover up your shoulders if you're going into a church, say, and they require your shoulders to be covered. Also, don't forget to pick out an outfit for the freezing cold plane, because this will become part of your wardrobe. You don't need a pile of jackets in July. You just need 1 reliable piece. And from this wardrobe, you'll get this many outfits. Also take note that accessories are not part of these formulas. So you can take a scarf or 2 with you, or even a belt, as long as you don't go overboard. And that helps you change up these outfits and give them an entirely new look. Now, as I mentioned earlier, these formulas are the starting point for your carry-on. You can add some more what-if items if you want, and if weight allows. But does it work for a full pack-out in a personal item bag? Let's see. I'll tackle the hardest one, which of course is the winter pack-out, and I'm going to be doing it in this bag. Now I'm going to be trying out this new bag that I found on Amazon because it was entirely different from any other bag that I saw before, and I wanted to see if it would work for me. So let me tell you a little bit about this bag, and then we'll move on to the pack-out. Now, this bag is a backpack. The fabric is water resistant. It has a nice front pocket here. It has another front pocket here, which is waterproof. And I love a front pocket that's waterproof because that's where I'm going to probably put my toiletries. It has not 1, but 2 side pockets. Gotta love that. A hook here at the top so that you can hang it off as something or put on a carabiner, whatever you like. The straps are very nicely padded, and the back does have a trolley pass-through. And here in the back of the bag, you have a nice little secret compartment to keep your important documents next to you, like your passport. Now, the bag does not open all the way, which is unusual for me. I don't usually like bags like this, but this bag does have a feature that I'll get to that makes it all the difference for me. Now, there's a zipper compartment here where you can put some stuff that you don't want to get lost. There is a padded computer compartment here. Wouldn't think that would come on this little bag, right? And there's 2 more pockets here for more organization. Now, as is, this bag could be your daily bag if you like to take a backpack around with you. But you're saying to yourself, wait, you said you're going to travel with this bag, right? And this bag has a hidden feature. It's down here. It is this hidden shoe compartment over here. Now you open up the hidden shoe compartment. It has two zippers, one to separate it from the bottom of the bag and one to open up the shoe compartment. And now you have one of my favorite features in a bag, which is its own built-in packing cube. So let's see if I can do a full winter pack out in this backpack. Now as I pack out this bag, if you have any of your own seasonal packing strategies, please share them in the comments section below, because you know we always like to hear from everyone. And if you've enjoyed this video in any way or you found value in it, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, because that really helps out this channel. So here is the backpack fully packed out with everything that I showed you in the winter pack out, which was the 442 pack out. And let's take our measurements of this bag. Now this bag really surprised me, and the reason I was interested in this bag was its width. And its width holds true, because here it is. It doesn't even come in a 6 when fully packed out. So you could use this for one of those European or Asian airlines. The height is also compliant because it comes out to 16 inches. And the width of the bag stuffed is just 11 inches. If I put the umbrella in there, it'll be 13 inches. So maybe if you're dealing with a strict airline, you don't want to put your umbrella in there, but this bag will hold it if you're not dealing with that. Now let's see how much I really got into this bag. And if you remembered, I said I was going to use the bottom as a packing cube, and I did. Another thing that impressed me about this bag as I go through it is that it has these really nice pull toggles on it, and usually only see that with more expensive bags. This bag was not expensive. At the bottom of the bag, I have my 1, 2, 3, 4 layering shirts and my 2 pairs of pants, if you can believe that. And I got that all into the bottom of this bag. I'm going to take these out so I can show you the rest of the bag. In the front of the bag, I didn't put anything because I stuffed my toiletries here. And because this is plastic, it kind of grabs your toiletry bag, but you know that if you have a leak, it's not going to get inside your bag. Now let's see what I put on the inside of the bag. Now, full disclosure, in a bag this small, I'm taking my tech here. On the inside of this bag, I have my tushy cushion and my slippers for the plane and the hotel room. I have my crossbody bag here with all my airline comfort stuff packed in here. And I have to tell you, I've been doing that a lot lately because it just makes so much sense. You have everything all in one place, and why not use the bag that you have with you? All my sweaters, my pajamas, my socks, and my underwear, and my bra are all in here. And I'm going to open it up just to show you. Underwear, 1 week's worth of socks, my pajama, and 1, 2, 3, 4 sweaters. And if that wasn't amazing enough, I got my computer in there too. And this is a 13-inch computer. I didn't put anything in the back here, but normally I put my phone and my passport and boarding passes right here in the back. And I got that all into this bag because I kept myself to a 442 packing method. So there you have it. The viral 333 method might work for a 60-second video, but for real travel, not a chance. But now you know, in real life, if you're struggling to put together a capsule wardrobe, you can use the 442 method for winter to layer up, the 532 method for transitional trips to handle changing weather, and the 631 method for the summer to stay fresh, clean, and cool. It organizes your bag, it prioritizes what you actually really need, and it ensures that you aren't hauling around a lot of dead weight. Also, if you want to see more of my packing methods, check out these videos over here, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!